Hey everyone, it's Ivan, kitbadger.com, out here for another gear review, and today I'm talking flashlights. This guy right here, which is the Stiletto Pro II by SureFire. So what is it? Well, it is a everyday carry flashlight. This being the Stiletto Pro II in reference to the Stiletto Pro, which I guess would be the one. A lot of the same features, full anodized aluminum construction, waterproof, IPX7 rating, I believe it is. Internal USB-C rechargeable lithium-ion battery, all kinds of good stuff to include a clip, reversible clip, all of those things, except this one has, as you can see, 2 emitters and it's a higher output. So this one actually has a much higher candela. And with those clips, really easy, made for everyday carry, really handy. So this one I have set up the clip going back that way. You can take these screws out, flip the clip around so it'll go that way, which basically makes it to where it sits in your pocket like that. Personally, I like it beam up, namely because I can go ahead and clip it in there and turn this thing on. And now I basically have a impromptu headlamp with my hat, which actually I appreciate. But I'll go over some of the features. Right here on the top of the flashlight, you have these 2 buttons that are kind of recessed a little bit of fencing around them, and either one will activate it. Doesn't matter which one, it'll cycle through the settings and then turn itself back off. And you also use these buttons to essentially program it. There is a strobe mode I've never used, probably never will use, but you use those buttons to program it into the cycle of operation. Right here, USB-C recharging port, really handy. And when you turn this on, right there's a little indicator light. You can see that, hopefully. It is green right now. That gives me the status of the battery. And as you cycle through the higher settings, that's on like super high setting right there, still green. That will change to an amber and then a red, giving you the power indicator level of the flashlight, or the internal battery rather of the flashlight. Then also what I really like down here is, again, there's some fencing around it. This button right here, which activates full power when you press that. Otherwise, you cycle through low, medium, and high. As you press those, once more will turn the unit off. And then on the back side, we have this reversible clip, really handy. You can unscrew those 2 screws, flip it around, screw it in on that side, and reverse that clip if you want to. Overall, really awesome little package. Which brings me to how have I used it, how has it done for me? Well, I've carried it a lot. And I originally actually had it set up with the bezel down, so switched that clip on there, and I'd carry it in my pocket like that. Worked fine. I actually prefer it having switched and carried it for quite a while now with that clip reversed, so it's bezel up. Yes, you can see it, doesn't matter, not to me. What's more important is it makes it easy for me to take it out and immediately be able to access that switch on the back with my thumb, which I think is pretty important. Or time and opportunity, usually just switch hands, press one of the buttons, and usually use it on the low setting because it's enough light for whatever the task at hand is, and it works out well. I've definitely done some shooting with it, again, usually in my other strong hand, my left hand, like that. So I can basically activate that tail cap light, makes it really easy. This light, or sorry, these buttons rather, as you activate them, cycle through, whatever, it's a constant on. This tail cap, however, is only momentary. So you have to mash it and hold it if you want light, which from a tactical standpoint is actually pretty ideal. And if for whatever reason you need constant on, you can go ahead and cycle to the highest setting if need be. But this tail cap is the highest setting and it is momentary only. As far as those settings go, you have 25 lumens, mid setting is 500 lumens, and then you have 1500 lumens. However, it is candella with respect to this. Candella is basically giving you a much further throw than just like a high lumen light. I don't know how else to describe it, but to illustrate it, I will show you some video I took at night with basically this next to this Stiletto Pro II next to the original Stiletto Pro, as well as I think it was a Streamlight Wedge XT, the newest version of Streamlight Wedge. Pretty anemic compared to these two, but give you a pretty good idea of, basically the throw of that high candela light. Right here I'm at 10 yards, and this right here is the Streamlight Wedge XT. Again, here at 10 yards. And also at 10 yards, this right here is the SureFire Stiletto Pro. And still here at 10 yards, this is the SureFire Stiletto Pro II, which looks really bright and uncomfortable. 10 yards. All right, right here I'm back at 25 yards. This right here is the Streamlight Wedge XT. And again, 25 yards, this right here is the Stiletto Pro. And finally at 25 yards, Stiletto Pro II. Right here, I am back at 50 yards. This is the Streamlight XT. I'm not sure how well it comes across in the video. I can basically make out more or less a silhouette down there in the middle of the road. Next up, here at 50 yards, is the Stiletto Pro. Definitely a solid silhouette visually for me. Easy to make out the silhouette at any rate, not much beyond that. And here at 50 yards, the Stiletto Pro II, where I can actually now see, looks like he has a pistol in his hand and is reholstering. And here's my buddy's experience being on the other end of those lights.
Yeah, so between the first one and the second one, they were actually pretty similar. Like particularly the first one wasn't bad at all. I could actually kind of see your feet, stuff like that. Even at 25, I would say I was shocked at the difference between the second one and the third one. The third one was incredibly uncomfortable, especially at 10 yards. But even at 25, it was like I couldn't see anything. It actually was, I was surprised how painful it was to look at the light. So
overall, what are my thoughts on the Stiletto Pro II? I think it's an amazing everyday carry light, and I think also the Stiletto Pro is an amazing everyday carry light. Between the two, it really comes down to this with its two emitters and its high candela. What does it really matter? I would basically say if you're carrying this light in your pocket as a tool to potentially use in conjunction with a firearm, or for that matter, to basically target ID to be used potentially in conjunction with a firearm, Stiletto Pro II is way better than the Stiletto Pro. Stiletto Pro basically has a much wider flood, which honestly as an everyday carry light outside of shooting actually does a really good job. And this high candela, like this would be at home on a carbine, like it throws the beam really far. Arguably more than maybe you're going to use with a pistol, I don't know, but for the sake of target ID, definitely really nice to have that high candela, that really tight hot spot that throws way far out there. So that's kind of the two use cases between, as I see it, Stiletto Pro II versus the Stiletto Pro. Price wise, you can find it around $340. Is it expensive? It's made by SureFire in the US, not to be confused with China, so yeah, you'll end up paying for it. But super rugged, awesome light, and yeah, pretty amazing throw. If it's something you're interested in, there'll be a link down below and you can check it out. But as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.